There we go. Trying to get everything lined up here. Well, let's see if we can find this on our iPad so we can see what's going on. We call that a on the air monitor. So there we go. Go for Lunch number 13 is live and in compatible color. Okay, good. So I guess we should put some light on the subject. Yes, I am wearing pants. There's the front light. There's the backlight. Looking more like a, it would be neat if I could have my eyes in the O's. We'll have to work on that. I could get some eyeglasses with, well, we have somebody here from Australia apparently. Okay. How come the countdown timer is overlapping the GoFor? Thought we fixed that. I guess not. Oh well. Hi, Doriana. Welcome. Okay, let's see here. I think we've got everything set up. Let's see how close our countdown timer gets to the actual starting time of high noon. High noon? Can you believe it's August the 4th? It's amazing. And it's 100 degrees in the old Pueblo. Hi, Kurt. I could add you to the broadcast, Kurt. Let's see, I have to click there to add you to the broadcast. Oh, you don't look too good there. Let's move you somewhere else. Let's move you down here. Oh, I didn't fix the color on it, did I? Let's do that. Howdy, howdy. Let's see, can I do that while I'm live? Click to view 4 comments, so that's interesting. Huh, interesting. Okay, so I want to go into my comments. Oh well, I'll figure that out later. Over here where I read the comments, there are nice white letters that I can read, so that's good. So this is what we call our warm-up. If Ed McMahon were alive, he'd be here doing this. But he's not. So let's see, we have 5 people. So don't be shy. Just say hi. He's a poet, and he didn't know it until just now. So this is an exciting edition of Go for Lunch. Talking about something a little bit different today. Thanks for the little chuckle there, Kurt. So a little behind the scenes, I checked out my demo last night, worked great. I checked it out this morning and it didn't work at all. So we're going to talk about some interesting little things like this little thing here. Get it up there. Isn't that interesting? So we're going to talk about that. And more like it. Are you in suspense yet? I hope so. So you need to cherish this little chit chat during the countdown timer, because when this goes to YouTube, I will chop this off. It will be gone forever. Well, I guess not. I guess it gets recorded by Ecamm, so I still have it on my hard drive if I wanted it, but I don't know that I'd want to take up 10 minutes of storage space every week for this little chatter section. But you never know. I might do some more poetry. And the real reason I'm talking here is to warm up my mouth, because I haven't been talking to anybody. Well, I did. I was on a Zoom meeting earlier this morning where I was talking a little bit. So I'm just getting warmed up. I won't sing my scales, because that would be not a nice thing to do. Okay, we got little pop-ups here on my iPad. Now we have 6 people watching. Oh, I see. I can see that up here on my Ecamm screen too. Great. Well, I hope everybody's having a great August the 4th. I'm going to, in case I forget, I have to leave for the gym at 12:30, so if I get carried away, somebody remind me, okay? Gotta go work out. Today is upper body. Gotta lift those barbells. And let's see here. Oh, you do? Okay, well, that's good. So, well, that's interesting. Well, I'll show you how I've connected a couple of mine. And I don't know if you've seen, Kurt, the hack on the internet where you can convert your Wyze camera to a webcam. So you need a USB cable, and you need a SD card, memory card, and then you download this firmware hack, and it makes it into a webcam for $25 plus the cable and the SD card, of course. So let's see, where is our countdown timer? Oh, 1:25. I'll have to fix that. I had it so that the whiskers were just overlapping the timer. I don't know how that got out of alignment, but it did. So one of the live streams that I watch 4 days a week is Live Streaming Pros with Luria Patrici and David. I can never remember David's name, his last name, for some reason. And Luria dances during the countdown timer. I will not be dancing during the countdown timer. I'm going to change my studio around so that I'm facing this window here, and then I want to be standing instead of sitting, because you have more energy when you're standing. We can all use as much energy as we can get these days. So that's what's going on with me. So here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. We are about to launch. And welcome to Go for Lunch for this 4th day of August. This is 2020. I'm Roger Harmon, your host, and we are going to look at something a little different today. Here at GoFor Technology, we help you master the technology at hand. So we're going to look at a little different technology than the usual Apple-related things that we talk about. And there's Leslie Ann and Betty. Welcome. So I got to stop saying okay? There are no stupid questions. So if you think of a question, please ask it because it helps you and it may help somebody else that didn't ask the question. So let's be going on to our topic. And our topic is video surveillance cameras in your home. So why would you ever want a video surveillance camera in your home? Well, here's a couple of reasons. What if a burglar comes into your house? Wouldn't you like to know that? Yes, you would. How about checking on children, maybe, or pets? What is Fluffy or Spot doing while you're not there? And here is my all-time favorite reason for having a video camera in my house. Did I close the garage door? Did I close the garage door? So with a video surveillance camera, you can answer that question without turning around and driving 5 miles back to your house. Another reason would be if you have an elderly parent or relative living by themselves, you could simply place a security camera in the kitchen, and that would tell you if they're eating. You could put their medication there, so you could tell if they are taking their medication as they're supposed to. So, yeah, Amazon never rings the doorbell anymore. I don't know why. Everybody used to ring the doorbell, but I've had a UPS shipment this last week, and a FedEx shipment, and I don't think I had any Amazon shipments to the door. Yeah, I did. And none of them rang the doorbell anymore. So apparently people complained about that. So that's my guess. So let's talk about the different kinds of security cameras. So if you walk through the electronics aisle at Costco, you have seen something like this, a wired, what they call a NVR, Network Video Recorder Security System. So the NVR, this one in particular anyway, has 16 channels. It comes with 8 cameras, but you could connect 16 channels to it, 16 cameras to this, so 1 camera per channel. It has a 3 terabyte built-in hard drive, so all those 16 cameras are recording a lot of video, so that's where you store it so you can play it back later. And the bottom line here is it costs $999.99. We'll call it $1,000. So that's just the cost for the hardware. Now, to hide the cables, I guess I don't have the cable, the picture of the cables, but each of those has a cable that goes with it. So it would probably cost you maybe another $1,000 for an electrician to come in and hide those cables in an aesthetically pleasing way. So we're probably looking at $2,000 for that system. What about wireless, you might ask? Well, here is one of the top rated wireless systems. It's called the Arlo Pro 3. Now there are other cameras in the Arlo line that are less expensive, but this one is highly rated by several publications. So you get 3 wireless cameras. I'm not sure why you get 4 mounts for 3 cameras. These are magnetic mounts right here, and it requires an interface to interface with your home Wi-Fi network. And this is $500. So let's talk about this one just a little bit. So we have one of our viewers who has this system, and when we switch over to our iPhone, we will go into our email because this person is not here right now because her dog is on a play date, and she went with him. So, as she says, the pros of the Arlo are they're battery operated, so you don't have to run AC power to them. They run on Wi-Fi. Now, the thing you need to know about external outdoor Wi-Fi powered cameras is you have to have a pretty good Wi-Fi system sometimes to be able to pick up those cameras. So that could be so instead of having the electrician come out and wire your house, you might have to update to a wireless mesh system so you can get the coverage for those outdoor cameras. And you're not seeing my phone. So let's see here if we can turn that off. Turn that off. There's the phone, and get rid of this guy. Go away, little guy. Goodbye. Okay. And I know that's going to be hard to read, but just so you can see I'm not making all this stuff up. She said the customer support, she gets a real person, so that's always a bonus anytime you're buying any electronics is good customer support. And she can check her recordings from the computer. Most of these systems only work from a mobile device, iPhone, iPad. And you can also turn down the notifications so that they're not too invasive. They don't interrupt you all the time. So the disadvantages of this, now some of these disadvantages are going to apply to most of these systems. That's why I'm going through this real quickly. So they kind of have a short distance or range. You have to really play with a sensitivity if you've got vegetation that blows in the wind. And of course that's going to take up battery life because it's taking a picture when there's movement. And so we won't get into geofencing just yet. And so she uses one on her front door. She has a large unfenced backyard with neighborhood dogs and neighbors apparently coming in. And she thinks the investment is justified because she was able to track somebody that was stalking her. Then she added to that, she said, you want to think about where you mount them because you do have to recharge the battery. So you either have to go up, take the battery out, recharge it, and go back up on a ladder to replace the battery. And that can be a hassle, especially for some of us that are older. We could use one of those elder apps that we talked about recently to notify somebody if we don't get off the ladder safely. So be mindful of where you place these. And then she had one more comment. Let's see, where's the other comment? Maybe that's the last comment. Oh, here we go. So we mentioned keeping an eye on the pets. So here, this friend of hers has some kind of birds, maybe parrots. So the camera keeps an eye on the bird. So that kind of gives you a good real life example of why you might want to have a security camera. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell all your friends and relatives and let them join in. So we're going to give you a little ride through security camera land. So we're going to go back to the iPhone and show you exactly how these work. So you can see here in the third folder from the top on the left, it says security. And we have a number of choices here. So let's look at, well, this is actually the second security camera that I got. Well, actually not even the second. But anyway, this is one of the more modern security cameras. So this shows you a little bit about geofencing. So what a geofence is, it's a a circle around your home. You can usually adjust the diameter so you can make it so it's only like maybe a block from your house or more. So it looks like my system is not working, because if you saw that little message, it says unable to connect at this time. So we'll just talk about the geofence. So the camera senses the iPhone. So when the iPhone leaves, whether I'm with it or not, it says Roger left. And when Roger leaves, it enters away mode, which means it will record any motion. And then when Roger arrives, it goes into home mode, which it means that it turns off the recording. So if we tap on the top left here where it says Casa Nuevo, that's the name of my house. Does your house have a name? And we are waiting. So what I'm going to show you here is that this is not working. So we will move on to the next camera. So these cameras up here, you'll see it says SmartCam and SmartCam Plus. So this is a problem. Why do we have two SmartCam apps? Well, these are Samsung security cameras, and Samsung has a right hand that doesn't know what the left hand is doing. So one line of cameras has one app and another line of cameras has another app. So I did have a little scare this morning when I tested this through when we, me and the iPhone, did our run through. I couldn't contact this camera. What you're looking at now is mi casa in Bahia La Choya on the El Mar de Cortez. So that's the kitchen, the dining room, and to the right is the living room. So this camera is old. I get a lot of false alarms. You can see the big light sources, the kitchen window, and then the ceiling are two big skylights. And so when the sun gets at a certain angle, it trips the camera. So this is older technology, and that has been fixed in the newer cameras. So let's look at this camera again. So now this is a little something. I'm sure you probably can't read that. But basically what they're saying is their cloud service, which was a paid service for storing your videos, has gone away. So that's something that you want to kind of think about. Maybe you want to make sure that you can do local recording. And it's kind of ironic that the cameras 244 miles away are working, but the cameras that are 12 feet away are not working. I love it. So here we are with SmartCam number 2. This is in my living room in Bahia La Choya. And I just love this camera because it's so slow. When I tap on it to make it do something, it takes a little while. It worked fine this morning, of course. In fact, well, not actually. This morning, it didn't work at all. So I had no internet, apparently, in Mexico, but it came back, sort of. So we'll give this a few more seconds. It is live. Oh, that's nice. Somebody's calling. And it looks like we are getting some artifacts there. So let's give it a few more seconds and see if it will work here. And it's not working. Darn. Well, I guess I'll have to describe it to you. So this is a pan camera. Pan means it will move right to left. And so when I click a little button that's not showing up here, it pans 180 degrees and shows me the ocean. So I really like that. But I guess we're not going to see the ocean today. So now we have another camera. well, we'll just keep going here in the Mexico realm. And these are the Wyze cameras. So Kurt has a Wyze camera. So Wyze is a scrappy little company. They came out with this basic camera. You can see, well, you can't see here, but we'll show it to you in a second. They brought out this camera for $25, and it's high resolution. It's what you call high definition, 1080 resolution, and it takes a little while for this one to connect. Oh, that was pretty quick. So I don't know why the Samsung cameras are not working, because they're all in the same place. So the first Samsung camera that we saw, if you see across the way here, there's a double-doored cabinet. That camera is up there, kind of hidden amongst the little fish up there. So this camera is a pan camera, so when I put my finger on the screen of the phone, why don't I just show you that just for kicks. So here we are. So here's the screen. See if we can get that so it's not too overexposed. So I just put my finger here, move it a little bit. There is a delay, and you can see that the camera moves. So now if I go the other way, this way, it will pan over to the right. So this camera costs all of $40. And they have announced, but they're not shipping, a new Wyze outdoor camera, which looks like the little one I'm going to show you in a minute. And well, the early bird price was $50. I'm not sure what the retail price is. So they do have an outdoor camera, but a bunch of third-party companies on what do you call that place? Amazon. They I'm trying to change cameras here, so here we go. So here's the other camera. So this is just the regular Wyze camera, the $25 Wyze camera. So it was in night mode there, and it keeps the last scene. So this camera doesn't get the false alarms that the Samsung does. You can see a lot of light here. It never trips on light. The only light it trips on is when the police patrol at night and they turn on their alley lights, and it shows through that window that's in the back there on the left beyond the dining room table. It trips on that, and it trips when the phone rings. So those two things, I like those two things. And then I can, call the phone and see if anybody left a message, I guess. So anyway, that's the Wyze cams. So now let's look at one more here. This is called Blink. So the Canary and the Blink I bought when they were in crowdfunding stages. So I gambled that they knew what they were doing and bought them before they even shipped. And they did know what they were doing. Amazon actually bought Blink. And so, as you may remember earlier, we talked about the age-old question, is my garage door open? Well, as you can see, my garage door is not open. And then the second picture down is master bedroom. It's a good idea to have a camera in the master bedroom, not facing the bed, but so because when a burglar comes in the house, the first place he usually goes is the master bedroom to look for jewelry. So that is another reason to have a surveillance camera. And then we have one Blink camera on the back door. So these are very small, much like the actually kind of even smaller in one way than the Wyze cameras, and they are battery operated. The Wyze cameras are not battery operated, so they have to have AC power. So if I click on the little video camera icon in the lower left corner of the backyard camera, we will actually go live. So you'll see the picture will probably change. There you go. And you can see all the greenery that I have in the backyard. And if I stop talking, you can hear it. So maybe you can hear that kind of little wind noise. So it has two-way audio. Most of these have two-way audio. So there you have a guided tour of surveillance cameras. So now would be a good time to ask questions. As far as pricing, I mentioned the price on the Wyze cameras. It's $25 for the stationary camera. And let's look at that camera. Why don't we? So this is the Wyze camera right here. Brand new, never been used. Has a very nice little base on it. And it swivels. It has a magnet right there. So they do have magnetic mounts for them. You have a slot here for an SD card, and then this is the power switch. So very nice. And then this is the, you have to plug in power for these, as I mentioned. So unlike the blink cameras and actually one of the canary cameras, oops, I guess I have to turn it that way. There we go. One of the canary cameras is battery operated. I have that one outdoors, and we may try to look at that real quick and see if it came back online. So this would be a great starter camera. So for 25 bucks, what do you got to lose? And they've been highly rated for the low-end camera. Of course, they don't compete with the high-end Arlo cameras, but for a low-end camera, just to get started, see if you like it. You know, it's easy to move. You just have to have it, you know, within reach of an AC outlet. You can put it anywhere in the house. You could, you know, buy one of those silicone covers and put it outside. Of course, you'd always want it to be in shade, out of the rain, and things like that. So, let's see. Okay, so we talked about that. I'm not seeing any other comments or questions. So either I have completely bamboozled you or done a great job. But how would I know? So remember that I am still coming to see people in person with my mask on. I haven't gone into a bank this way yet, but I want to. Let's see what happens. You know, I thought there might be an uptick in bank robberies, but apparently that's not happening. So let's wrap this up and let me know if you have any questions after the fact. Again, if you would like to subscribe, that would be very good. And tell your friends. We need to get up to 100 subscribers so we can get a nice URL that makes sense instead of a funny one that changes every week. So, thanks again. Hope you have a great rest of your week in this first week of August. And I will see you in 7 days. bonus material, I just thought I'd try the Blink outdoor camera one more time. And there it is. It's working on the front door. So this is how I know that I receive a package. And this is where I can see every delivery man completely ignore that neat white bench that opens up so they can hide the packages inside. But I don't think that's only happened once or twice since it's been there for over a year. So there you go. After party. Adios, otra vez.